Hello and welcome. I got a comment on one of my videos, and sorry if I butcher this enunciation, but from Pipolino, asking if I could make a video on my favorite mods. So I figured that'd be a pretty fun idea, so I'll go ahead and give it a go. One quick kind of disclaimer though, there are some mods that I really enjoy that I wish I could put in this video, but they are outdated now at this point. One of them being the intersections mod, because it's pretty much like Burnout crash mode but in Beam, and it's awesome. But that one unfortunately is outdated. But I do have another one from the same creator, or I believe it's the same creator, but the Start Bob 555 guy, called Car Games, and this one is really fun. So this will kind of give you a taste of what the other one's like, sort of. But also, these mods aren't really in any particular order. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so first off, we're going to load into Car Games. So as you can see, you start in this like center hub world, and it even has a little section to display your trophies that you can achieve in the little mini games. So this is kind of how the Crash Junctions one was. You'd start in a hub world, go to the level, and it would teleport you in. So that's kind of what I mean by like similarities a little bit. But let's go ahead and try out one of the levels. So you can kind of get a little preview. I think, actually, yeah, I don't know if that one really does anything, but okay, so there's like snooker. Let's see. I guess I should have just started from the beginning, but then there's kind of like darts. Alright, and then the next one is kind of like curling, sort of. That one's really fun. That might be the one I'll do for this video. I'm going to turn off the ESC real quick because it is super annoying. Alright. And then there's also a little, kind of like jump through the target mini game, which is pretty fun. I'm going to go ahead and do the curling one because that one's kind of close a little bit to the Crash Junctions, sort of. But yeah, let's give it a go. And I'm just going to start off on the easy one because I'm probably just going to do like, quick look at the mod so the video's not too long. But so as you can see, what you want to do is the red car is negative points wherever it lands. The two orange cars are your points. Since this one's easy, it doesn't have it, but for some of them, or I guess for all the other ones, there's pickups like multipliers, like ×2, ×4, and just cool stuff like that. There's also one that'll bring a semi like across and do extra, chaos. But let's go ahead and get into this one. I don't really know how you get propelled. I'm guessing it's the wind, but yeah, you don't really have to give it gas or anything. But I'm going to try to just barely nick this pigeon there on the side so it pings off. That was pretty decent. Didn't really go as far as I wanted to though, and that car didn't stop where I wanted, but okay, so man, we almost got the silver, but just get a bronze, so it'll go ahead and score you. As you can see, lost 75 points because of the red, but then gained 69 and 79 from the other two cars. So this is definitely a great way to spend some time, especially because it's just something different. So I highly recommend checking out this mod. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the next one. Alright, so the next mod I highly suggest is if you like crawling, the Golden Viper Trail scenario is very fun. Again, back to, I really do enjoy scenarios because there is like an end to it, so it kind of feels like you're accomplishing something. But there's a few different scenarios that come with it. Two of them, you have the standard hopper, which is loaded in right now, and one of them you can use the node grabber kind of as a winch. The other one you can't, so it's kind of like a hard version. But then there's also one where you can pick your own truck, which is very nice, especially if you want to use like a custom configuration. I'm gonna go ahead and this is one that I made from one of my previous videos. So we'll go ahead and just load in with that guy. To be fair, I'm not expecting a whole lot, just because this isn't an insane crawler like the other ones. But let's see. And I'm definitely not gonna do this entire map. I have, if you want to see it, I do have a video that I did on the entire thing, but it took a while to complete. Let's see. Oh man. Okay. And actually, since I'm just trying to be a little quick about this, I am going to cheat just a smidge and use the node grabber. Let's see. That wasn't quite enough. Let's see if I can raise the back a smidge. Oh. Alright. Let's put the parking brake on and yeah, hopefully we don't die. Okay. Oh, alright. We saved it just barely. Like I said, this truck is definitely not as capable as the actual crawlers, but it is doing a little better than I expected. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, there's multiple lines you can take. I'm just doing the ones that I've done before. Alright, made it up there. This is usually where I kind of start to struggle. Alright. Okay, I've never actually... Oh. Alright, I really don't want to fall off that. But I've actually never made it past the... Or, I have made it past this part, but not actually taking this line. Usually I fall over while trying. Let's see how this goes. This might actually work out, since this is kind of a lower center of gravity than the other trucks I tried it with. Oh, wow. But as you can see, I just decided to take that line. You can kind of go down over there, or maybe squeeze through and come up the rock face up here, which is normally what I do. I tried to do this line multiple times, so I couldn't actually get it to work. But there we go. That was pretty impressive. Let's see if I can make it down here without flipping. Man, this is doing a lot better than I expected. But like I said, if you definitely want to see more of me trying to crawl my way through this scenario, definitely check out my video on it. I'm pretty sure it's just called the Golden Viper Trail or something. Alright, well, I don't want to spend too much time, but I feel like that's a pretty good idea of what it looks like. I wonder, real quick, I'll just kind of do a quick through with the camera. So yeah, come down through there, come around here, go up this, and then you can come down here, come up through here, around here, and then that's the finish. So definitely a pretty long course and very technical. So I highly recommend this mod if you're looking for that sort of experience. But anyway, let's get into the next one. Alright, and we're back. So next, this is kind of like a slight 2-in-1, but I got the CRD 2.0 mod. This is probably, I'd say maybe my top favorite mod. I loved Monster Jam growing up as a kid. I kind of fell out of it, but I've noticed they've been posting a lot of the races and freestyles on their YouTube channel, so I still kind of catch up here and there. But this is just some of, didn't mean to click on that. This is you know, just some of the trucks that they have available. Some of these are mod packs and whatnot, and I'll put a link in the description to the website where you can get all this. Tracks, trucks, pretty much everything. But you can just go through the list. There's so many different trucks that you can get. A lot of replica ones, some fictional ones that are pretty cool, but yeah, just tons and tons of mods that you can go through. New Monster Jam, old Monster Jam. But yeah, I picked this map. This is wait, let me double check, see what it is. Put that in park real quick. Okay, a York Fair remaster by Jedi Presence and Max D Man. But I went ahead and picked Gravedigger for the truck because I feel like if anyone knows a monster truck, it's probably going to be Gravedigger. But this map is awesome just because it's done really well, the sound design, everything. But my favorite part being the fact that it uses the standard cars in the game. So it's really fun to see the kind of, you know, destruction of the vehicles as you go over them. There are a bunch of mod maps where you can download a certain file that has crush cars that the maps use, and they're for like, it's supposed to help with frame rate and whatnot. And those are really cool too. I still like those, but obviously using kind of the standard vehicles is my favorite because you really get kind of the full destruction of what it's like. So we'll just drive around for a minute, do a little freestyle, get a slap wheelie going. Alright. Get some good air going, but it's just nice how they have the fire, or the pyrotechnics go off, they have the crowd cheering, and the crowd sounds really good, not like a generic kind of like sound. I did a video on this map as well when the CRD 2.0 first came out, so if you want to see a little more of this map and me just messing around with Monster Jam stuff, definitely check that out. But yeah, just crushing the cars is just so much fun. Oh, see if we can get a save in. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright. We definitely gotta at least get a moonwalk in and maybe a backflip. Let's see if we can do that. Or I guess we could just try to combine them into one. Kind of like Adam Anderson. We'll make our way over to the backflip ramp. Alright. Now let's see. So I'm going to try to do a backflip and then moonwalk out of it. Hopefully I can get this first go. Oh. Oh. There we go. Got kind of a one-wheeled going. Alright. Another thing too I want to mention real quick before hopping off this mod is this mod is destructible, so you can break stuff like your suspension and your four-link bars and all that type of stuff, but also the body panels can come off as well, like that. Obviously the truck is a little stronger than in real life, I guess, but that's alright. I mean, it works kind of better for a video game, but you can still, you know, I'll try to rip off a tire or something. I'll hit this wall. Oh, okay. We didn't break the tire, but we did break, I believe that's the 4-link bar. But yeah, so now that that's broken, you can see that now it's acting all goofy and flopping around. I really do want to real quick try to see if I can break one of the back wheels. Those seem to be the easiest to break for some reason. Alright. Get a slap wheelie going into there. There we go. So yeah, started to rip off the body some more, broke off the back wheel. Just overall, a really, really cool mod. Tons of hours have been put into this. But yeah, that is the CRD 2.0 and a York Fair remastered. Now let's get on to the next mod. Alright, so another one of my favorite mods is going to be the Realistic Derby project along with the Demolition Derby Fairgrounds. So with the Fairgrounds scenario, you'll get loaded up with all these options that you can change for how you want to do your derby. Again, I've done a video on this already, so if you want to see it a little more in depth, go ahead and check that one out. But just to do a quick run through, you can change the amount of cars, what map you want, your vehicle class, what mods you want to use. I have the Realistic Derby project on there. Again, I'm going to link the mods in the description. This one is going to be a little different though than my other ones because I supported both of the creators on Patreon, so I have the most updated versions of the mods. You still can get it off the repository, but it won't be the newest update, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and, and also too, there's settings in here where you can go through and change, allow fuel leaks, fires, bunch of stuff, even change it to where the radiator doesn't really take damage. You can also go through and set custom parts if you want for the different classes and really get into the nitty gritty. But I'm going to go ahead and just select one that I have made and go ahead and load in. So I have, including myself, 10 vehicles. So let's get into it. Alright, so we've loaded in. I hurried and paused it real quick because it started really fast. I just want to say with the Realistic Derby project mod, you can go in and I'll just show it off real quick. You can customize like a bunch of different parts for these cars. Like they aren't just like standard. You can actually go through and fit different parts on, again, that correlate to like real life, derby stuff. I believe the creator said there's like over 2,500 hours put into this mod, maybe even more now because I saw that a while ago. But I just wanted to show that off. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Again, like I said, I've done a full video on this, so if you want to see more, just go check it out. I'm just going to mess around for a little bit. Alright. So, to start off, we're going to try to use the rear end of our car as much as possible so we don't really damage the radiator at all, since I do have that damage on. So basically my goal is kind of, oh no, yeah, I think something might be dragging slightly, so we're already not doing too well. But basically my goal is to take out other people's radiators as well as rip apart, oh, that's a good hit, but rip apart their tires, so it's kind of hard for them to drive around. We just got ours really ripped to shred on the back there. Alright, and we are kind of stuck, so once, oh no, yeah, once you're stuck in a position for a while, you will get counted out. Oh nice, that guy kind of helped us a smidge. Yeah, we are, like, this is probably the fastest I've ever gotten knocked out. This is pretty ridiculous. That was a really good slam I got with all those other people. But I guess it kind of works out because I don't want this to be too long, like I said. Oh, we are just barely moving. But yeah, if you like Demolition Derby and you really want something to mess around with, oh, we got another one. I know you can also use this with like the like Parsec or whatever, like the Beam multiplayer, and play heats and stuff with your friends. Like, it's just definitely an avenue you can spend tons of hours in as far as Beam goes. But I guess since we're pretty much just crashed out, I'll go ahead and zoom around, do a little aerial view. Nice hit there. That guy's really quick. But yeah, highly recommend checking out this mod. If you don't have the money to support them on Patreon, you can download them off the repository and still be able to check it out and have fun with it. But I highly recommend actually supporting the Patreons, just to show your support and so they can continue working on it. But anyway, now we will get into my next one. Alright, and we're back. So this one again is another twofer, if you will. So this is the DSC Scarab. Ooh, that's kind of weird. I don't know where that block texture came from. But anyway, this is from Drowsy Sam. The DSC Scarab is probably one of my favorite off-road vehicles. And then I have the Bajarama map. So Drowsy Sam actually commented on one of my videos and said that while making the Scarab, he did a lot of testing on this map, which makes sense because you'll be able to see how well this vehicle performs, this buggy, I guess. It just like perfectly clears everything. The suspension, it's like landing on a pillow or a cloud or something. It just absorbs everything perfectly. But to go off on Bajarama real quick, this map is my go-to test map, I would say, for all my kind of like racing off-road vehicles, like your you know, buggies like this, or you know, I've done the pre-runner on here. It just, you know, really fun because, like I said before in one of my videos, I kind of botched that corner, but the reason I like it so much is because it's kind of close to a motocross track, 'cause it has rhythm to it. Like, you know, you got a double and then single over the table. Coming up here, you have another rhythm section, so got like a double here, a little double. They're not complex, they're just, you know, double. Except for this end part's kind of cool. You kind of table or single over a dragon's back, which is kind of neat. And then again, going back to just doubling through, but then triple here, triple. But yeah, as you can see, this map just has a lot of flow to it, and that's why I really enjoy testing out trucks here, because it's really punishing. Even with the flow, like, you need some definite, you know, suspension for sure. But if you get everything clean enough, you can still make it with some pretty surprising vehicles. And then to touch on the DSC Scarab a little more, like, this by far is my favorite suspension in this game. I don't know if I would go ahead and say it's my favorite vehicle in the game, but it is obviously up there. But this suspension is just next level. Didn't mean to zoom out there, but yeah, it just really absorbs everything. Occasionally you can bottom it out, but even then it doesn't bounce you in a weird direction. Like, everything's just so predictable. It's very easy to drive. That's why it just is one of my favorite off-road vehicles for sure. But I feel like this video is getting long enough. I might do a part 2 to this if people want to see it, because there are a couple more mods that I would like, but I would definitely say these few mods are probably some of the most time I've spent in the game, so that's why I will put them in this first video. But if you liked it, give me a like so that I'll know to do a part 2, and until the next one.